Thank you so much for popping by. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I'm back with a video just to show you some pens that I've recently really been loving. So they've become quite a bit of a thing. I've actually had a couple of them for quite a while. Um, but there seems to have been kind of like a bit of a release of some much cute colours and different sort of colorways. So yeah, I'm a little bit in love. So they are the Jinhao 10s. I've actually got so there's two kinds of dupe um retractable pen on the market that are particularly good dupes, I believe. And one is the Mahjong A1 and the other is the Jinhao 10. Now I do have a Mahjong A1 as well, so I've got that to show you too. And I've got currently four Jinhao 10s in different colorways. They are all fine and extra fine. I want to say they are all fine because I have specifically chosen fine. Now, obviously, for those of you that don't know, they are a dupe of the Pilot Vanishing Point, the Pilot Capless. Now, the reason Jinhao, Mahjong, various other places can do these is because the patent actually expired on these quite a while ago. I believe it was in the 1980s. So obviously the full patent is available. Anyone could go and look and you can see exactly how they're designed and made. So because that's run out, there's no issues with copyright or anything like that. I mean, Jinhao do a lot of dupe pens anyway, of some other ones, but these are particularly good because I presume it's because that patent has run out and it's there and you can see exactly how the pens are engineered. So they've made some excellent dupes. So yeah, without more of a jabble, let's get on and I'll show you them. So I adore them. I did have a Pilot Capless. I actually bought it after I bought the Marjan A1 because I loved that. I did hire one as well from pensharing.com where you can hire pens and try them. If you just want to try something you're not sure. The one I hired was a Decimo, which is slightly thinner and slightly thinner, smaller, I think, version. I wasn't keen on that at all. And that particular one, I did not like the nib. It was really scratchy, wasn't happy, kind of put me off for a little while. I did get the opportunity to buy a capless at a really good price. I'd been using at that point my Jinhao 10 and this was like the exact same. It was the matte black. So I did buy that. And again, I just wasn't as happy with it. There was nothing wrong with it. I found the nib a little bit scratchy and I know that obviously the nibs are gold compared to these that are steel, but I honestly don't have a particular preference. I like the gold nibs in my vintage pens, which I explained in my last video about my vintage pens if you want to have a look at that. So far I haven't found a really good affordable gold nib in a modern pen that blows me away and makes me think, oh yeah, I really want the gold nibs. However, I haven't tried a modern Mont Blanc, so maybe I'll change my mind. So, we'll see. But I'm absolutely in love with these. They write beautifully. They're so smooth. I've had well, no, that's not true. I've had a little bit of an issue with one of them out of all of them, which is the matte black with a little bit of hard start. It's really easy to prime it and to get it going again, just a little bit of patience. And for the fact that it's a tenth of a price of an actual capless, I don't mind having to scribble my pen or prime my pen slightly if I haven't used it for a few days. However, all four of the other ones, no issues whatsoever. They have started straight off, straight away. The one I was having a little bit of an issue with it being a bit drier, swapped the ink out and now that one's fine as well. So I think that was an ink issue rather than a pen issue. So yeah, so here they are. So this is my collection right now. So ignore these for the time being. I just popped those on there because I went to an auction yesterday and I went to pick up my bits and pieces and these were in the shop and I picked these up while I was there and I thought you might like to see them. They're propelling pencils, little vintage propelling pencils, But let's bring you in so you can see these better. That's much better, isn't it? So yeah, so this is the module A1. As you can see, this is obviously the white and gold. So this is the matte black Jinhao 10. Another Jinhao 10, but this is agate, which is, bring it up, I don't know if you're just going to get glare there, should be okay. It's a beautiful kind of red and black. There you go, at the end of the pen, that's quite showing that, and it is absolutely beautiful. So this is the one that I had a few issues in. I'd got Wearing Girl Dracula in there, and I don't think it liked the shimmer. So I've actually swapped it out, and now I've got Diamine Writer's Blood, and as we know, that is a wet, juicy ink. So yeah, it's much better flow, and I've had no issues with hard starts with it. And I've got this one, which again, Jinhao 10. This is the copy of the Capless whiskey. This is in the way caramel. And if I'm completely honest, and I'm not just saying it to lower my dissidence because it's a cheaper pen, I prefer this colourway. I absolutely love the fact that this colourway is kind of caramel, and it does, I think it is just epitomises caramel. I really like kind of coffee, chocolate, themed pens, and this colour, and what I'm finding, the more pens, you know, I purchase, I do tend to edge towards the, I'll have to do actually a video of just my coffee type pens, what I would consider my coffee. I might do that along with my brown inks, which should be coming up soon. But yeah, this is the whiskey dupe, if you like, and it's caramel if you're looking for it. And then this is the grey gradient, which this at the minute is one of my favourites. It's got the silver hardware on this one. I just love that grey. I think it is absolutely beautiful. Really stunning pen. So I really love the aesthetic of all of them. There's a pink version of this. There's a kind of greeny kind of version of this. There's the white and blue as well, which is, I know, is a dupe of a really popular Capless colour, which is like the white with the gradient pale blue. There's lots and lots of different variations, and it seems that Jinhao are just bringing out more and more. The pink is really pretty, and although she says with the pink nails today, I'm not the biggest pink fan. I really do like that pink pen, so that may be one I'm having to you know, to purchase and add to the collection because it seems to be growing. But these are a great everyday pen. They work really quick. They're great because the price point, you can just throw them in your bag and not worry about them too much. They're really easy to fill. They're just a really good all-round pen, and yeah, I can't say enough positive about them. I love them. I will show you them writing as well in a moment. Price point, it depends where you get them from. So you can get them on Amazon. You're a bit more limited on colourway, but they have got nice. This was from Amazon. This was from Amazon, and I'll show you the one we've just had arrive literally a few minutes ago from Amazon as well, because hubby decided that he was going to get one as well. And they're around the £18.50 to £22 mark, depending on the colourway. So if you want them that bit quicker, particularly if you've got Prime, they're great. Let me just show you that nib as well, what we're doing that. Very sweet nib. It's very tiny, and I will take the pen unit out and show you that as well, and you can see how similar it is to the Capless if that's something that you're familiar with. However, you can get them on Temu and AliExpress as well. I would say AliExpress is probably the better option. So on AliExpress, you're looking at anything from, depending on whether they're on offer, from £8 through to around the, you know, late teens, so and around the £20 mark. Obviously then you are possibly paying shipping and tax and things as well. So the reason we bought those couple of ones, because there was literally something like £2.50 difference in the pen on AliExpress and on Amazon, and Amazon was going to deliver it next day. So you know, that was kind of like the winner there. But if you do need to like literally save all the pennies, or you're a bit more limited, do have a look on AliExpress, and they do have a wider option. I couldn't get this one on Amazon as of yet. It may appear. It wasn't in stock, it wasn't around, so I did. This one came from AliExpress, as did this, kind of back when I first bought this. So again, this is the Mahjong one. So I'll show you how it comes, because like I say, we've just had one arrive. So from Amazon, at least, comes in this kind of box to start with. Yep. And then these ones do come boxed. Now my Mahjong one, again, that didn't come boxed, so it was just in bubble wrap. But I found that all of the ones so far that I've bought from AliExpress and from Amazon have come boxed. So you've got these lovely little tins, which I think are really handy. And then you open it up, and there's your pen, and it sits lovely in here. So this is another matte black. Again, it's yes, the same as the other one, but I can show you this one better because it's literally just out the box, and I won't get ink all over my fingers when I'm trying to show you the nib unit. But yeah, this is hubby's. He bought himself this, £18.50 currently on Amazon, for this particular one, with next day delivery. That is on Prime if you've got Prime and you're in the UK, because I know Prime in some other areas of the world takes a little bit longer. We are very lucky that some things we can either get the same day as well. So yeah, so this is it. I'll show you the nib. So yeah, as obviously retractable it says, this is a fine. I personally prefer the fine. It's really smooth. The extra fine I found a little bit scratchier. I think that may have been one of the problems with my capless. I did have an extra fine capless, and it was really scratchy compared especially to these, which really did shock me, the difference, I'll be honest. And I don't mean it was feedbacky, it was scratchy. Whether that nib one needed some, some work, but then that's two Pilot. I know Pilots can have that more feedback, more pro gear. He's obviously a little bit more scratchy, but I don't know, I'm not in love. So very easy to sort. So you literally just unscrew the end. The whole of the unit comes out kind of like this, and this is what you've got. Pretty much identical to the Pilot Capless. The difference with the Pilot Capless is there is a cap that fits kind of over here if you put a cartridge in. And I'll say the A1 came with cartridge, two refillable cartridges, the converter, and the little hood that goes over, the same as the capless, but I will show you that in a minute. But other than that, it comes with a converter. The only thing you see with these is obviously they're more open, but then again, that can be quite easy to fill because you can syringe fill that really easy, or just literally just make sure it's pushed in really well to get that seal. Or obviously you can dip it as ever into your ink and turn your converter, and they fill nicely. I've had really nice fills. They don't hold a great deal of ink. The capacity in them's not great, and if you do want to use a cartridge, I would presume you would need to use the Pilot cartridges, specific Pilot proprietary cartridges, because of the way that end fits. I'd imagine it would only fit unless you've got some of the Pilot refillable ones, which should work as well. So as you can see, there's a little kind of nodule. Where am I? A little nodule there, and the same as in the Pilot, in the capless, there's a little nodule there which shows you how to fit that in right so that it all sits correctly. So that fits there, so you make sure you've got your retractableness, and then literally just screw that on, and it's super easy, and then just away you go. So which way am I going? So there we go, away you go, and then you've got the. So yeah, this is brand new out of the box. So don't know how this works. We'll give this a fill up and see if this dries out a little bit less than my matte black. So we'll see, and I will report back on that, see if there is any difference. But I think it's just more Just one of those things, but like I say, it doesn't take a lot to prime. I just write kind of down strokes and across strokes until it gets going, and literally only takes seconds. It's not like I'm there for ages or minutes. It just needs sometimes a little bit of priming. So, and obviously you've got the lovely little snug box. Let's pop it back. So let me show you the innards of my Mahjong. So yeah, so as you can see, this is the white and gold. So yeah, this is slightly different. Not really much in the sizing or the width or breadth of it or anything. Pretty similar. I think it's engineered slightly differently. So again, pops off the same, and you've got a similar nib, but you see it is slightly fatter at the top. This one is, so it is slightly different actually to the Jinhao. There is ink in this, so obviously I'm going to get it all on my fingers straight away. So again, this has got the converter, but it does come with two. I'm not going to take it out because with these, if you do have ink in and you pull it out, just be aware that it can squirt when you put it back in, or all kind of come out because you may have some ink sat here that, because obviously it's all open, that goes into this as part of the feed, so be careful. Which is why I'm not going to do that, but you can sort of tip it up and back to see what ink you've got. As you can see, it was clear a minute ago, but I can't get that right in the camera. But now you can see where the ink has come back down, so you can see that. Oh, it's all over my hands. It's all there. So yeah, just on the cloth. There we go. Okay. So that's that. I think I've got Leadertay in this, which is a Jacques Herbon ink, which is kind of like a, I think it's actually, I wouldn't say it was a tea colour. Actually, is it? Oh no, it's more grey. Might be Cacao de Brazil. I'm pretty sure it is a Jacobon that's in there. The Cacao de Brazil isn't, you'd think it was more chocolate, but it's not. It's actually quite a grey. Which I put in. You can actually see on my finger. It's grey bottle. I will write with it in a second. So we'll start with the Mahjong. We'll just pop her there so you can see her. We'll push the others out the way a little bit. Notebook I'm using at the moment, let's come out, just actually no, we'll leave it there because then you'll just see right in the top. This is the Lauren Phelps Live Plan Dream notebook in B6. Decided to use this just because I want to use it up, and I love this. I've just swapped out of my chunky Follow Fabulous one just for now, because I'd like to just keep that for use for something else, and I'm just using this for kind of like this sort of thing, but when I'm doing videos and that kind of thing. So let me show you how it writes. This is Tomoe River paper. I'm not having any issues with this paper or any of the Lauren Phelps ones. This is stock from kind of last year kind of thing. Whether it's then any different, I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're all okay. This is actually bought from a UK supplier. Cute stickers only, which I will pop the details down below, and I do have a discount code just for them as well, which I'll pop down below to get you 10% off your orders. So yes, so we'll try this one first. So this is the Mahjong. I keep wanting to say Hang Dian, but it's not. It's yeah, definitely Mahjong. As you can see, right straight off, really smooth nib. I would say not quite as flowy, I think, as the Jinhao 10s. Don't necessarily think that's anything to do with the pen. It could be just the ink combination and the ink's been in here for a little bit longer. Just there isn't quite the smoothness that I get with the others. So I'm pretty sure this ink is, do you know what? I really don't know what I've got in here. I thought it was the Cacao de Brazil, but now I'm looking at it, I don't think it is. So I'm not going to commit to what ink that is. I will look it up and put it down below, and confirm. It's almost a green tint to it, isn't there? Can you see that? Which again doesn't instantly make me realise what ink it is. It's definitely not a shimmer or a shader. But yeah, we're looking at the pen, not the ink. Or maybe both. But it's unknown ink. But I have got that written down somewhere else in another book, so I will double check what I've got it inked up with. It might be evergreen diamine. I definitely think it's a green. What do you guys think? Shall we do guess the ink? Maybe put what you think it is in the comments before I confirm it, and then you can have a look and see if you're all right and see what you think. But yeah, so really lovely flow. No issues at all with this pen. I've had this the longest. Kind of started off the addiction. Hubby has got one. Hubby's is kind of like it's a green and it's plastic rather than metal, and it's kind of like oh, what's it called with little lines on? What's it called? Ribbed. That doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right at all. So but I believe that is the dupe of the Decimo. So it's lighter. This is completely metal. All of these are metal. So these are like the capless. And yeah, I think this one does actually say Moonman on it. It's got the old Moonman branding, but yeah, which is Marjon now. If you know, you know. They had issues with the Moonman copyright, I believe. I had to change to Marjon. So you will see some things that are branded Moonman, but they're all the same company. So yeah, this is definitely a green. So yeah, really lovely. No issues with that one at all. So that's the Marjon A1. Okay, so next we'll move on to the Jinhaos. So they're all pretty much the same pen. I've got different inks in them, so you can kind of see. So this is the matte black. Direct dupe, obviously, of the matte black capless. It is a beautiful, really smart looking pen. One other difference with the Jinhaos to the capless, if you are used to them, is the capless does have a bit of a pinch in the clip here, so it kind of pinches in, so your fingers sit in it like that. I haven't noticed that to affect me at all with the clip being there. It doesn't bother me. You can get one of these. I'm just trying to think. Now, don't quote me. I think it might be the Marjon, but you can get them, one of them, without the clip. So there is one of them you can get that has got the clip removed. So if that does bug you, there is a version. I'm pretty sure it's the Marjon. There is a version without the clip. So there is that option there. So yes, this is the black. This is the only one I've had a few issues with, as I say, with the hard starts. So we'll see how that goes today. So yeah, just a little bit dry first. See, it's just a little bit dry to start, but not too much of an issue at all. This is the matte black, and we've literally just got Quink black, just good classic black ink in this for every day. And I was hoping that would, you know, give it like a really good kind of flow. If you can suggest, I do feel that these do need a bit of a wetter ink just because of how the ink unit runs. I've got carbon black, Twisby black, and I've got diamine jet black in blacks. So maybe I just do need to just try them all different with the different inks. But as you can see, as soon as it's writing, no issues at all. Just a little bit dry to start, but soon got going. And again, I just tend to use a scrap piece of paper and I'll just do some downstrokes. A little bit more pressure. These nibs will take more pressure than you expect. There is a little bit of flex in them, which is quite surprising. They are steel nibs, and they are really soft actually, just so lovely. So that's the matte black. I'm pretty sure, I think that one actually might be an extra fine. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you on the nib unit, so I would have to kind of look that up in the order, but I can double check. So this again is the agate. Just lovely the way that catches catches the light with the gold hardware on this one. And this I do tend to use, the only pen I have that's this kind of has any reds in it. And this is my red ink pen. So like I say, had some issues with this one. I'd got Dracula in it, Wearing Gold Dracula, but that is a shimmer. So perhaps these may not do too well with the shimmer because they are obviously such a fine and thin kind of with the nib unit. I do find with these as well, if you roll them kind of like this, it's a good way to get the ink flowing too. And I do store them this way up, so with the cap like at the bottom of a in my storage case. So I do store them this way up, so you know the ink's that way, and I've had no issues because obviously it's capped anyway, so it's not like it's going to move into the cap. And this is called the Agate. This one came from Amazon. Yeah, and this is Diamine, good old classic Diamine Writer's Blood, which we all know is a really good flowing ink, and also very well known for that bleed. And this has bled terribly in my other Tomorrow River paper book with the newer paper. But as you will see, let's hope it's not going to call me a liar, there's no bleed whatsoever here. There we go. And it is a really, you know, super fine nib, but even so, I've had this bleed through the other book using this ink and that nib, so no issues. So yeah, so that's the Agate. And then this one, oh, beautiful. I've had no issues at all with this. This has been perfect from the minute I bought it. And I don't use these every day, yeah, because I do swap between them depending on what ink I use. So they maybe get used every other day, you know, 2 days between them. So they are left, you know, retracted for a little bit. I won't say capped because it's not capped. Yeah, so this is the caramel. And this one, out of all of them, honestly, the nib on this, I don't know if they're just getting even better. It may even be that that's an extra fine and this is fine. This is definitely a fine. And it's, yeah, caramel, which I just forgot how to spell. And this has got Twisby Black in it. Again, with these, because I use them quite a lot just as an everyday, I do keep black in them. But obviously the red's got to have a red in, because, you know, that's just, it's got to be the case. But yeah, I've had no issues whatsoever with these in the slightest. Forgot what I was writing. Beautiful, just gorgeous flow, and yeah, no problems whatsoever. And then last but not least is the grey gradient, which, oh, I just adore this. I think it looks so classy. Yeah, just beautiful, beautiful. Now I've got Pelican, Edelstein Moonstone in this for the grey, which I just think is a perfect perfect match. Again, I've had this about a week, but no problems at all with this, with any hard starts. And again, probably it has been left at least 48 hours between being used, so it's not that it's used every day. So this is definitely a fine, because I remember specifically ordering a fine. Now it feels a thicker writer, so now I'm wondering if this is a fine and all the others are an extra fine, but there's not much in it anyway, if that is the case. But this is really smooth. The nib on this, oh, properly in love with this. And I have been reaching for it a lot because it is really nice. So it's a Pelican, and if I spell it wrong, apologies. Edelstein. Midland accent doesn't go very well with the German steins and stains, does it really? Moonstone. super, super smooth. I think probably out of all of them, my two favourites are this one and the caramel, just because they look so pretty. And yeah, the nibs on them, whether it's because these are slightly newer, I don't know. It'd be interesting to try that matte black being newer, because they have become you know, quite popular. So who knows, perhaps the nibs have been tuned a little bit. So yeah, there we go. So that is my current collection of Jinhao 10s, and I'm sure it will increase. I think the next one I get will probably be the pink one. So yeah, so have a watch out on my Instagram as well. That's fountain pens underscore and underscore TNs. You can find me there, the same name. Again, I'll link everything below. I'll link the Amazon link to the one I used, and you can have a look. It's not affiliate, it's not an affiliate link, so you know, it's not gonna I'm not gonna get anything from it. It's not anything like that at all. I'll just put it down so you can see. And if you want to have a look on AliExpress, just search Jinhao 10. There are lots of them on there. So yeah, so I hope you've liked those. I just quickly just want to show you these pencils because I just think they're so cute. So these are vintage propelling pencils. Seems to be my other little obsession, that I seem to have fallen down a little bit of a rabbit hole. Sorry that the lights just changed. I think one of the lights has just gone off above my camera, so it looks a bit different. Apologies. So yeah, so this is one. So this is just a typical little silver propelling pencil. I'm not sure the age on these. So this one unscrews here, and the leads go in there, as far as I know. I haven't had a proper explore with them as yet. And then here, this turns, and no, it doesn't actually. Okay, so interesting. I need to have a closer look at that one, obviously, because that actually is quite different. There's definitely some lead in it, I think. Yeah, so I'll have to have a play with that one. If you're familiar with any of these and you know, just give me a nudge down below. And then the other one, this was actually my proper favourite. Look how tiny this is. It is just gorgeous. And this is kind of like gold, like a wavy kind of little pattern on this. This one definitely, you turn the end here. A little bit stiff just because the age. And there is definitely lead in this. And you can probably see that's coming out. Me put that there, see the leads come out. And again, the end comes off here. And that unscrews, and you just put the leads in there. So yeah, little travel pencils. So yeah, in love with those. These cost me, they were priced at £10 each. I asked if you could do a deal of if I had two 15, not 10% off, so I paid £18 for these two, which I don't think's bad really. Again, lovely vintage pieces and just a little bit different, and yeah, they seem to be a thing. Anyway, thank you for indulging me and showing me those. But thank you so much again for popping by. If you could drop me a subscription if you're not already subscribed, I will absolutely adore that. Really helping the channel get out there, and yeah, we're getting some good subs, so hopefully we can build a really lovely little community here. If you are interested in my journaling and my Patreon, drop me a message down below and I'll get back to you about that. Or have a look on my Instagram and I'll drop that down below as well. Got an offer of kind of like for anybody that uses YouTube, I'm going to set up a code. So your first month you can have 7 days free, and then a month for 50% off, and it's only $7 anyway. So but yeah, that's my Patreon. That's all based around journaling prompts. But I will do a video kind of focusing on that a little bit more as well, and you will kind of see some of that if you've watched my setup video as well. But again, thank you so much for listening to me rabble on. If you bought the Jinhaos or the the mod-on retractable, these dupes. Let me know what you think. Let me know what colours you've got. If you've got a capless as well, let me know what you think of the difference. But other than that, I hope to see you soon, and happy inking. Bye bye.